All right, good afternoon, everybody. Guess what has just happened in just the last few minutes? That's right. Dev server has dropped for patch 1.101, Raining Fire. So we're going to take a look at what's going on while we've got the opportunity. Quickly review the changes to the tech trees and see what we can find out. Okay, I have to admit I'm surprised it still has that they managed to get my currently active 30% booster active in the dev server, so they must have literally just copied the data across. So let's see what we got here. We'll go through each of the countries real fast. I realize that we're just barely getting started here. I am keeping an eye on the comments, so feel free to ask questions in there if you have them. And let's see who just jumped into.
User joined your channel.
Gentlemen, welcome, welcome.
That man, which are you streaming on? Twitch or YouTube?
YouTube. Let's see. Not sure I've got a link handy here. Let's see. Now that's unorganized of me now, isn't it? That should get you there. And I'm just getting started. Got everything fired up. I've got the dev server all, the dev client all patched up and with the current stuff. So I'm going to go through and see what's different.
Awesome.
All right, looking at the American Air Tree, I've got a P-47D-22 expected. And let's take a look at its secondary weapons here. Basically the exact same loadouts as a regular P-47, so that should be pretty good. They actually dumped it at 4.3. I'm not sure how I feel about that, considering the better P-47D-25 is also at 4.3. What do you guys think?
I don't know enough about air.
No problem.
I don't play enough Air RB or anything, so.
Gotcha. And it looks like that's the only change. Oop, I take it back. They've got a YP38 in the premium section. I don't remember it being on the dev stream. Take a look at that thing. YP38. That's just a later model of the experimental P38. And modifications, no ordnance options. IP38, let's go ahead and do a test flight since we're here. Did you guys watch the dev stream yesterday?
Yeah, I watched it, yeah. I didn't see this one in the dev stream though.
Yeah, I went ahead and watched both just for the giggles of it. I didn't see it either. Oh. No. Oh, that's weird. My controls aren't very responsive on this thing. My mouse aim controls. I'm not sure if what's going on that. It's almost acting like there's a joystick attached, and I guess there is a joystick in there. But even so, it shouldn't be controls. Let's see what's going on. Mouse, full mode, mouse aim, that looks correct.
I like the 38s, they look great.
I do like a good P-38. It's one of my favorite planes. Those and the Corsairs, those are the two that I really just kind of I love. The rest of them, I could kind of give her, take or leave. Realistic, light, that all looks correct. All right, one more time. Now I can see right here it's showing the controls are messed up.
Can't you not import them from the normal game?
Well,
Or
you know,
did they add stuff to the controls as well?
I haven't seen anything yet, but I haven't looked yet either. So let me just go just test fly something else, make sure it's not something that's something in the control setup right here. I'm showing the regular same thing on a regular plane. So we go to controls and import. That'll work right there. Alright, that looks better. Okay. No telling what I've changed since the July controls backup I'd made. But we'll see. P38. YP38, sorry. Looks like they've got a combination of 50s, 30s, and 37mm cannon on this YP38.
Why did they call this the Y? Because you have the same with the YF-16 back in the day. Why is it, what's the designation for the Y? You know
X, yeah, X is the initial experimental model that they're taking out. Y is the next. Basically, they've done updates, changes to the model in some way, shape, or form, and it's the second experimental test vehicle of it.
All right, cool.
All right, there we go. All right, now it's flying. Okay. Acceleration is pretty decent, not stellar. I think the tech tree ones are better in that regard. Have you guys jumped onto the dev server client yet, or not so much?
No. I don't plan to.
No, I usually I try that in different games, but yeah, no, I'm not too into depth in War Thunder to the dev server stuff. I'll see when it happens. But I like to watch streams and YouTube videos about stuff. So.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Handling's a little bit stiffer than the regular P38s, in my opinion. Does not have the air brake that was put on the later models. Makes sense.
Yeah, which rank is it? Is it the rank 2 or rank 3 premium? It was cheap, so rank 2, I suppose.
Let's take a look here. It is a rank 2 premium.
All right.
1,150 golden eagles.
That's not too bad for 38.
Yeah, not too bad. Now the new P47 is still rank 3, so that's going to be useful for events and things.
Yeah, I haven't grinded the American tree, so I need something.
No, I understand. Yeah, I'm going to be just going across the nations and kind of go through everything. Would you guys rather hear it by tech tree, or would you rather?
Doesn't matter. What we'll follow.
Okay, sounds good. P47. Ugh, okay, that takes off like a P47. All right. One of the interesting things I've noticed on this model of the P47 is that the landing gear comes up one gear at one at a time, which would make sense because I think they actually had to crank them up by hand on the early models, and it was done one at a time. I'd have to look that up though, just to make sure.
I never understood the fashion with the Razorback, or fascination with the Razorback.
I'm not sure what why people are so excited about it. I mean, it is an iconic aircraft that was available early in the war, um, compared to maybe the later models of P-47. But from an entirely gameplay perspective, there's no reason to bring it when you can bring the same VR vehicle um, that is better in every respect. I mean, really.
Right.
Handles about like a P-47. I mean, the acceleration's a little bit doggy compared, but you know, it's rolling all right like a P-47, and yeah, it seems all right. Okay, put this in the dirt. All right, return the hangar, and let's see. And that is all that's new in the U.S. Air trees right now. Take a look at.
Oh, is there? What about the SRAM missiles?
That's right. They did mention those. I won't be able to actually check them except for because I don't have the ground out enough to do that. I don't have any Golden Eagles available. But they do have the AIM-7Es listed as an ordnance type. Here it is. The AIM-9E, that's AIM-9E Sidewinders, AIM-7E Sparrows. They have an 8 air-to-air missile loadout here with 4 AIM-7Es and 4 AIM-9Es or AIM-9Js, depending on what your flavor is. The AIM-7E Sparrow air-to-air. Let's see, maximum speed of 2.0 Mach, maximum overload 15 Gs, and 9 kilograms of explosive. That thing will really take something out if it hits. Ow! Be interesting to see how those the new radar mechanics work if we can get them done. Really, I'll probably be a target for somebody else to look at. Alright, let's see. Search, switch over to tanks. Okay, going down the list, looking for the little yellow stripe. There is nothing new for US tanks. To be honest, I'm delighted because it takes, that means more grinding, and I'm trying to get the nations completed. Nothing new in the helicopters, and only the Northampton, which was
Yeah.
mentioned on the stream. So,
Is there going to be 2 Northampton ships or just one?
just
Because
one.
It was a class, right?
Yeah, it's a class, but there's only one listed right now. Model looks pretty good, though it is the traditional battleship gray, even if it is a heavy cruiser. Looks good.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to Germany. We'll start with tanks in Germany, just so we can run through the list here. Let me scan the tree. I have not had the chance to read and there's the TAM-2C. Not had a chance to read the patch notes yet, so I just went straight alive to get in here and get looking. Comes default with a Heat FS shell, DM12, 400 millimeters of pin. Looks like you can research the Hesh shell and the APFSDS both on the first rank, so that's not too bad. There are worse starts there. And they do have a DM63 available as the top rank 4 shell option. I'm just kind of hovering over the DM63. Whoop! DM63 so people can take a look at the penetration values there. And DM33, which I believe is the same as on other vehicles.
Are they reducing the RPs since it's the last one in the line for the previous one, or are they increasing the RPs needed?
390,000 RP, and it doesn't show me the modification cost right now. So I don't know for sure. I'd imagine it's going to be a top tier on modification cost, though.
Because the Radkampfwagen is 390 at the moment, I think.
They are
So
showing the
maybe they-
Radkampfwagen is 250,000 to get it.
Oh, okay. So they're reducing that.
Yep, looks like it's based on which rank it's in. So, TAM 2C, let me do a preview of it. Looking pretty sharp. Looks like an interesting one. Okay. Of course, cards do change, but it does show an 8.7 second reload rate, 20.2 degree turret rotation, -7 to 18 vertical guidance, and top speed of 75 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, I like the Marder chassis, so I like this one.
You're excited for it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, nothing new in helicopters for Germany. Not expecting any. They didn't mention any in anything so far. IL-28 in the German tree. 8.0 BR, 223 millimeter NR23 cannons. Can carry a Fab 1500 or a Fab 3000 or a variety of smaller ordnance options. Almost scared to look at the Fab 3000. Yeah, 1,400 kilograms explosive mass. Ow. That's going to hurt. Don't want to be under that thing. Okay.
That's crazy in the German line.
I know.
Nice though.
You know, I mean, really, if you want to play pretty much everything in the tree, in all the trees, you'd either play Germany or China. Because between those two, they've pretty much got everything in all the trees. At least air-wise. Okay, nothing new for German fleet. On to Russia.
A lot of new stuff for Russia.
Looking now.
SU6 Premium. I might actually get that one.
All right, so they've got the new T-72s listed here. That's all that I'm seeing on the ground tree.
Are they folded in the second T-72 1989? Is that folded behind the normal B?
It is in fact folded behind the normal B.
Yeah.
And it's at 9.7 BR, and of course the T-72B3 is at the bottom at 10.7. So at least they're not making you go through the 1989 model to get to the B3. I mean, that would have really been messing with people's heads. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at its penetration values and stuff like that on the B3. All right, starts with a 550 millimeter Heat FS as its default round. Ooh, and a high explosive shell. yeah, that's a combination. Biggest problem is going to be getting through all the things that have chemical energy protection. The APFSDS 3BM22, which gets 425 millimeters of pin, point blank range, is a rank 1 modification. The ATGM is a rank 3 modification. And the 3BM42 with 479 millimeters of point blank pin is a rank 4 modification. That's going to be a beast, is what it is. Even with the default shell, with the Heat FS, at 550 millimeters of pin, it'll go through most everything. Isn't directly ERA covered.
There's a lot of players playing with the heavy explosive shell as well.
Yes, indeed. What do you think about the high explosive shell? Do you think that's going to be of any use, or is that just a goofball shell?
I don't know, because they did something with this. What was it? that you couldn't shoot between the turret and the chassis anymore.
Yeah, the volumetric
Yeah, so I
ammo.
don't know how that will affect heavy explosive shell, because that's actually one big part of the people aiming. So
I'm hopeful that means that I'll spend less time repairing turret rings, and
I hate that mechanic.
I really do.
I'd rather be that than just waiting to repair 50 seconds for that. Something like
Agreed.
that, right?
I mean, if it's going to go through there and take out my entire turret crew plus the turret ring, and it always seems to take out my turret ring, my entire turret crew, and my engine, and my driver. So not only can I not run away, but I can't return fire, I can't run away, and I can't do anything else. It's like, what's the point?
Oh, by the way, the T-72B 1989, does that one get thermals? Or is that just a night vision?
The 1989 modifications, just night vision.
Yeah, that's okay though.
That is what it is. You know, they can't make it too overpowered. You know,
No.
that'd be too obvious. Okay, no new Russian helicopters, airplanes.
Only the SU-6, I think.
I think so
Premium.
too. SU-6. Just make sure there's nothing. SU-7BKL, the new tech tree jet.
Oh yeah, the one with the skis.
Yeah, the one with the skis. Yep. Let's see. Let's take a look here. You know, doggone it, that's a pretty looking plane. Okay, max speed of 2166 kilometers per hour at 11,000 meters. Max service ceiling of 19,000. Turn time of 27.5 seconds, which isn't bad for this for ranked 10.0 jets. 168.2 meters per second rate of climb. That feels awfully high.
Yeah, work in progress.
Yeah, probably. Okay, back this guy up. And take a look at secondary weapons here. S5Ks, up to 160 S5K rockets. 42 S3Ks. Or 6 S24 rockets with 25.5 kilograms of explosive mass. Woo! A near miss might be lethal. Fab 500s, OFAB 250s, and that's about it.
Wow, look at that amount of rockets.
And it's a huge number of rockets. Alright, let's look at the CY6. This one I can actually test fly here, but let's take a look at its modifications here and its stats. Oh, 515 kilometers per hour? That seems a little high to me. Doesn't that seem high?
Isn't that around the same as the normal ones?
Let's go take a look. 493 kilometers per hour, so yeah, okay. And it's got quite the mix of ordnance loads here.
Expensive Golden Eagles. I might get this one though.
Oh, why would... Out of curiosity, why 4?
Well, I grind tanks, but I'm not a pilot, and I go slow the planes. So, and I like ground RB. So,
Sounds perfect.
oh, 1 second, somebody's calling me.
No problem. Alright, we're going to take this CY6 out for a little test flight. Dat little Mick. I don't have enough Golden Eagles on the dev server to get some AIM 7s. Otherwise, I would. And you can definitely jump into the dev server yourself. It's just a matter of getting it set up. They've got a special client download you can do. To be honest, at this point, you're probably going to be fighting getting enough bandwidth to take it down, to download it. But if you grab a copy of your existing directory, you start the download for the dev server, dump your existing directory in, and then you should be able to switch it out and get it done. James, I have no clue why they're calling this update Raining Fire. Not a clue. And Jay Martin, yeah, it seems like it's pretty light duty for the number of light on the number of vehicles for an update, especially a dev server. But you know, I'm going to jump into a few matches and see if I can get shot down with some AIM-7s. I'm sure somebody will be shooting them. Sorry, I was just going through and answering questions on the chat here. Yeah, it crashes nicely.
It's a bit sluggish.
A little sluggish, yeah. Let's see. Nothing else though, as far as I can tell. Fleet. Nothing new in Russian naval. British Army. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
We got a new plane. There was supposed to be a new jet, right?
I'm looking. Nothing in takes that I can see. They've got a Thunderbolt Mark 1, which is just a Razorback P-47. Premium 3.7 BR. Why is it 3.7 secondary weapons? Got the full loadouts. Oh, of course, the Brits get the 3.7 BR P-47 Razorback. And is there anything unusual about the secondaries? Nope, it's an entirely American loadout, so there you go. And it's rank 3, actually, at 3.7, rank 3. That's pretty crazy. Good. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good.
Another one I want.
Let's see, there are no new British jets listed, though. Just the one P-47, or Thunderbolt. HMS Peacock is new. That's interesting. Battle rating 3.3, rank 2. Has a 76 millimeter gun on the front. Let's see. Not show me a fire rate, though. I believe those are mines, aren't they? Those mines. Yeah, those are mines on the sides. It's got some mine launchers.
I haven't seen the use for the depth charges and mine charges yet in naval. I hope they will get some use.
I have blown myself up with depth charges a few times. And I did one time. I was stuck on an island. Literally, I was just stuck on the shoreline and couldn't move. And a guy actually went past me with depth charges and blew me up with them. So you can kill things with them, but I've killed myself far more often with depth charges than I have anybody else. Let's see. Max speed of 52 kilometers per hour. Through a 31. Kind of small.
It has the Italian gun on it?
It does. And 115 rounds.
Wow.
Question is, can it survive long enough with all those, 20 millimeter autocannons cruising around?
I don't know. 8 millimeters hull.
Yeah.
And it's not fast either, so.
Yeah, not terribly fast and probably not terribly maneuverable either. All right, Chiha long gun. This is one I'm actually interested in checking out. Only gets 10 shells. I need to make sure I change it from nighttime. No machine gun. On the other hand, it really does an M16 in pretty good.
Chiha.
Fairly long reload.
That's just gonna be a fun.
It's going to be a derp gun. Somebody's going to take it up into 10.7 BR and blow away an Abrams or a, something with it. But you do have to aim. It's not just blowing things up, so a little lower, right there. Oh, come on, that was right underneath. Slow. Definitely does not like to accelerate. This dude over here is just like holding onto the board there going, "Save me from damage, please, you one little piece of like minuscule armor." There. I am curious if they've got the volumetric armor turned on for this just yet. Because that will mean you can't be doing a whole lot of those turret ring snipes.
That's gonna be the pain for the KV2s too.
Oh yeah. And when that goes into effect, there'll probably have to be some BR changes. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? So far, the rotation's pretty good.
It's pretty fast. I'm amazed.
Admittedly, I am too. Okay, that I wasn't expecting, and that was hilarious. Looks like you got not quite 180 degrees of rotation on the turret. I'd peg it maybe 160, 150.
Yeah, the turret reverse is
Pretty slow. You'd have to, post up somewhere. And it's not speedy, so you can't just you can't use your speed as a to overcome that change. Okay. You ready?
I like it.
It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have fun spading it. Japan's one of the countries I actually focused on. Japan and the U.S. All right, turret ring. Oh, it didn't work. Haha. It's a little closer. Down a little bit right there, and okay, if you can get it up and over and down a little bit into the crevice, you can still put it into the turret ring. But it had just enough of a lip there that the first one ricocheted. This won't do any good, I know that. Didn't even take out his barrel. Okay, return to hangar. That thing's going to be a giggle. Okay, oh! Nope, nope, nope. Just the way that graphic looked. It's the only tank added to the Japanese tree. New helicopters.
Yeah, that's a shame. Not much for the Japanese.
Well, they don't have a whole lot of options. I mean,
Yeah,
fairly limited. Yeah, pretty much.
I like Fleet too. So, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I liked it when I first started playing it, but with the addition of more of the machine gun, not machine gun, but the 20mm cannon, high-speed things.
What they did with the modern stuff between.
And no new airplanes for the Japanese tree.
Oh wow.
Chidori,
That's,
a gunboat, 3.7 BR in the Japanese naval tree. Of course, we already know about the Akebono, which I didn't realize was going to be a premium. I don't remember that being in the dev blog, but hey, I miss things sometimes.
oh well, they don't say everything in the dev blog.
Also true. See, Chidori's got 4 torpedo tubes, 220 millimeter cannons, 6 25 millimeters, and let's see, 2 25 millimeters. It's a total of 8 25 millimeters and 220 millimeters. 44 kilometers per hour. How big's the crew?
Yeah, it's reasonably strong too, so looks good.
Yeah, 120 crew is pretty good too. So that should stay in the fight for a decent amount of time. Yeah, let's do a quick preview of the. In fact, let's do a test sail of the Akebono. Oh, they've got depth charges and hedgehog mortars. I'm going to load those up and see if I can blow myself up with them. Oh, the radar's pretty interesting. Aircraft up there. Well, I'm not sure that. I'm not sure the guns will get that low. Let's see. Come on, get them down. And am I skipping off the water? There it goes. Oh, look at that inky dinky air, that little boat. Can I get my guns down on them? 577 and fire. Yeah, I don't even know where those shots went then. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure torpedo boats should not be taking that many rounds. Okay, there we go. Alright, hedgehogs. Aim to the front, or aim to the sides. Sides? There it goes. Hedgehogs out the side. So they're just like depth charges. Ooh, at least you're not blowing yourself up with them now. And there's some depth charges. Drop a few of those. Okay, good. Again, we're not blowing up our own ship with them. That's a positive. I wonder how long you have to wait between launches of the hedgehogs. It seems like it's a long wait. There it goes. That is a long wait. They're gonna have to do something like put a reload on it to.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, fine. I'll shoot at that thing. 290 fire. Apparently, my distance estimates aren't that good. Oh, I know that's not right.
Well, fleet-wise, the only ship I'm looking for is the Zara, the Italian heavy cruiser.
That should be a fun one. Alright. Okay, so let's move on to China, see if they've picked up anything interesting.
Yeah, the
CM25, yep.
Nankai, or what is it called?
See, they've got the iTow at 600 to 30 millimeters of pin, and then the Tow 2 at 800 millimeters. And preview that thing. You know, they say it's not an M113, but it sure looks an awful lot like an M113, doesn't it? .3 BR, rank 6. Reload rate of 13 seconds. That's going to be a problem. You better make those missiles count. Sparklestone, just the HE. That's all they've got, at least on this modification so far. I'll back up and just double check that and make sure I didn't miss it. Just the one high explosive fragmentation shell. No AA shell so far. Dat Boy Mech, you're going to need to download the dev server client from Gaijin. I think the link is over on the forums. Should be able to find it there. Okay, back to China, CM25. See, I don't think there's anything else exciting. Only has night vision, no thermals, smoke grenades, garden variety stuff. Look at their aviation tree. Q5 early. There we go. Okay, that's an interesting way they laid out the ordnance loads. Not sure what to make of that. Maybe these are the internals, perhaps?
User joined your channel.
Hello, hello, hello.
Rising. Took you long enough. Where you been?
Watching Star Wars and just chilling and also getting ready for tomorrow, so getting all my stuff boxed up. Armin's picking me up tomorrow and we're going up to Sheffield for some Warhammer games, so.
Sounds good. By the way, we are streaming at the moment, just FYI.
I know.
Kind of already gone through a lot of the basics, so how's it, have you gotten on the dev server yet?
I'm literally booting it up now. I haven't had, other than the dev blogs that they've put up, which are very few so far. Yeah. Also, Armin's not coming on tonight. He's had something else come up.
Gotcha. No, understandable.
But we can still play VR if you want.
Yeah, maybe in a little while. Okay, so Q5 early. Looks like we got 14 type 90-1 heat. But these symbols, there we go, 20 rockets per, huh? Why do they say 14 here?
Which one are we looking at?
280 rockets?
The Q5 early.
That's the new Chinese one, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, if you give me a minute.
Yeah, 280 rockets, unless they're just messed up the symbols. That's a lot of rockets.
I just got a new camouflage.
Well, congratulations. We won't see you later.
Yeah, I don't. What? No. My game's bugged. My game's bugged. How do you? What the? Right. Okay. Question for you. What's the keys to get rid of the UI and the HUD? So it's like just a blank screen, good for taking screenshots, basically.
Alt Z is what I think mine is.
Right, okay, my game's just, I can't even close down the game. At least I can't get, right, I'm gonna have to reboot. Basically, I previewed this camo, and everything's just gone.
Well, now, whose fault is that? You're the one that previewed the camo.
Hey, it said congratulations, you got a nice new shiny camera for the Grant Mark 1, and I'm thinking, ooh, what the hell's this? Nice shiny camera for just logging. I wonder if I'll get this on the normal server. But
Oh,
not my fault.
no, I understand.
Me know nothing.
All right, so go ahead and get that restarted, and we'll talk to you when you get back. Get your reactions to this.
It'll be 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem. Q5 early. Let's look at the rest of this here. The preview. 1428 kilometers per hour at 10,000 meters. Max service ceiling is 17,200. Turn time of 32.4 for a ground attack optimized plane. That's not bad at all. 159.9 meters per second rate of climb. And takeoff run of 500 meters. That should be pretty decent. It'll depend on how it accelerates. Emperor would not surprise me at all if they copied the M113.
Stuff.
Shocking.
Oh, wait, so many messages popping up here. Right, okay, I am in.
Awesome.
So, you said it was the Q5 early.
Indeed, yes.
Doesn't look bad, I will say that now.
That looks pretty
engine.
decent. Look at the ordnance, though.
I'm just looking at that fuel tank in the back. That's a big target. Right, okay, so you've got 14 heat rockets. Each pod has, blimey hell,
20 rockets per pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the fact that Gaijin's messed up again on the loadout, where you've got the 14 heats and the 2, or
Yeah, the position of the bombs. I noticed that too.
yeah, but that's saying 2. That's saying 4 times 250s, but the bombs are actually 500s. Oh no, the bomb name is the Type 250-2. Fair enough.
Right. Although it
But
says
it's saying
500 kilogram
four.
bomb, and it says the mass is only 250 kilograms. So
Not just
something's
that,
wrong
it
there.
also says, yep, and it also says that there's 4 bombs and it's only showing 2.
Yeah. Unless they can mount 2 to each pylon that it's representing there. But it doesn't show that.
Maybe. Well, the Russians do that on their MiG, can't they? One of the MiGs, isn't it the MiG Bish, the premium one?
You'd know better than me on that one.
I wouldn't know better than you. I don't have it. I know Armin's got it. I'm gonna quickly take a look. Where's the MiG Bish? Where is the MiG Bish? I don't know where the MiG Bish has gone. I think it's the MiG Bish because it's got those weird angled down rocket pylons, and you can put bombs on those, and I swear it's like you got 2 or 3 to a pylon. It's weird.
The BIS, the MiG 15 BIS,
Yeah.
it's folded with the MiG 15.
No, it's the premium one, not the normal
Oh.
MiG 15 BIS. It's like a Bish. It has. I know it's ISH. I don't know whether it's just a MiG 15-ish or a MiG 15 Bish, but yeah, you get the point. Anyways, so what's the stats on this? So I'll make Mach 1, but not much faster. But then again, you don't really go Mach 2 in this game.
Not very often, at least.
Turn time is not bad for a jet, but not exactly the best out there. I mean, the Phantoms have got better, Lightning's got better. But compared to like the other MiG-21s, it's about, and the F-104, it's about the same, if not tiny little bit better. The main question is going to be the roll rate. Now, I'm thinking that it should have a decent roll rate, but then again, it does have some pretty big wings. And it's a pretty big beast.
That is true.
So, it depends on the ailerons. Let's see. It does have aileron boosters, a modification that you can research for a 23.2 degrees per second increase to the roll rate. So I'm going to say it's going to have a decent roll rate at minimum once you unlock those boosters. Otherwise, it's going to be a really good roll rate. That's my thoughts on that at the moment.
As long as it doesn't rip the wings off every time you try and use the roll the plane, that's what matters.
Whilst using the rudder, yeah, that's. I'm trying to remember which aircraft you have that problem with at the moment. Javelin, freaking G91 does not like it, like doing that at high speeds either. If you're doing a roll and then a barrel roll, or you have to use your elevators and your ailerons to do a barrel roll, because if you use your rudder to do a Type 1, you're tearing off a wingtip.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm going to go ahead and move over to Italy and check for anything new on its tree.
Are you just doing the air at the moment, or have you done the ground as well?
We've done air and ground and fleet and helicopter trees, which there's nothing in the helicopter trees, so...
Well, that CM25, I'm going to say, is just an M113A1.
Pretty much, yeah.
By the looks of things.
They say it's domestically designed, but it's an M113.
Yeah. So I'm in Italia.
And I'm not seeing anything new in ground, air, or helicopters.
Nope, it's all in the fleet. You've got the new Zara.
Also the Comandante Medaglia
Dora. I don't know. I can't speak Italian. Otherwise, I'd be living in Italy.
Comandante Medaglia. Ah,
so
man.
We'll go with the easiest one to say first.
Let's talk about the Zara, yes.
So it's got 18 guns in total. 18 turrets, I should say, because it's looking like each turret it's got is a dual turret. So in total, it's 36 guns. You've got 8 203 mils. You've got 12 100 mils.
Yep.
You've got 8 37 mils. Yeah. Yep. And then you've got 8 13.2 mils.
Right.
Spread across like half the amount of turrets, because it's 2 guns per turret.
Right.
Overall, it looks quite nice, I'm going to say, the ship-wise. And again, 203 mil guns. You've got some decent shells. APHE BC with, and let's face it, you will be engaging up to 10,000 meters with this ship. So 258 mil of armor pen is good at that range.
This thing has the best armor of all the ships in the game at the moment.
Especially seen as though you're going to be going up against the Admiral Graf spree. Yep. And then you've got HE for your thinner targets. The 100 mil guns, they'll be fine for taking out your small PT boats. Main thing I'd say about those, though, is they've got fuse shells, which makes them good at dual-purpose anti-air.
Yep, that's correct.
Armor-wise, as Hasta just said, the armor is quite good, although it's mainly focused around the center of the ship. You don't have armor near the bow, and there's like a massive gap near the back, which wouldn't be a problem, except for that's where your fuel tanks are, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, come on.
No, seriously, take a look at the X-ray and then go on to the armor pile.
Yeah, I've already seen it.
The massive gap in armor is where the fuel tanks are. So unless the fuel tanks are now automatic armored, and they're your 2 biggest fuel tanks as well, and then you've got tiny ones in the center. It's a good thing you don't actually have to watch your fuel in ships like you do in aircraft.
You cannot head on a tank either, so that's pretty shit.
But other than that, you got decent. I say decent armor because it is decent armor. You've got a 20 mil armored top deck, and then underneath that, you've got an additional 70 mil armor to protect the roof of your ammo and your engines. And then underneath that, you've got the, well, I say underneath that, you don't really have anything underneath that, but you've got your side armor, which is 100 mil lower, 150 on the water belt, and 30 at the top. So realistically, good armor protecting your ammo, and decent armor to protect from like tracer shells from enemy aircraft or cannon rounds, and plunging fire from your small caliber guns, like 100 mil, I'd say, at long range. Decent armor.
The only concern you'd have is about middle distance, where a shell could end up going through your 20 millimeters of side armor and then dropping straight into your ammunition. But that's only going to be an effect at medium ranges. At long ranges, you'll be dealing with plunging fire, and at short ranges, that belt will definitely prevent it, and the arc will be too flat.
I mean, I agree with you on the fact that you do need to worry about plunging fire for your bigger guns, but small caliber guns, I don't think you're going to have a problem with withstanding plunging fire, because it's got 20 mils, which is going to activate, and then the 70 mil will stop. And the holes in the middle are not exactly weak spots, they're actually strong points, because that's where your turret sits with 150 armor and then 150 cylindrical cone inside for the ammo belts to go up, shift the ammo up into the turret, into the gun. So the armor is really good on this. It's one of the best, if not best, armored ships I've seen in the game so far.
Yep.
As for speed, 51 kilometers an hour, and I know you have it in knots, don't you?
I do not, actually. Right on the dev server, I have it in kilometers per hour.
Fair enough, but yeah, 51 kilometers an hour is slow, but not slow for a ship this size and weight, I would say.
Yeah, in this class, it's about correct.
At 14,530 tons, I'd say that's decent speed.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the ship they actually, on its trials, they actually managed to crank it up to 35 knots, but they like stoked the snot out of the boilers to do it.
Yeah, but now guns, I'd say, are decent. 203 mils, 4 rounds per minute.
Yeah, compared
that
to the
is
Trento,
good. That means you're getting 15-second reload time.
That should really put out the firepower on, especially on those heavier targets.
No, hang on. Oh no, sorry. It's 30-second reload time, because the guns is 4 rounds per minute per turret. Because if you actually hover over the guns, the 2 guns in one turret count as one gun itself on the X-ray profile. So where it says 4 rounds per minute, you've actually got a half that for the reload time of an individual gun. So it's 30 seconds per barrel that fires.
Because you have 2 barrels.
But yes, because you have 2 barrels firing, so it's 30 seconds rather than 15
so
seconds.
30 seconds to reload the pair is what it comes down to.
Still decent for 203 mil. I mean, that's about what most other ships are firing.
Now, what if you ripple fire it? Would it fire 1 turret at a time, or would it fire 1 barrel at a time?
Ripple fire will fire 1 turret.
1 turret, so you're still going to end up in that same circumstance again.
I'd love for them to do the 1 barrel, but no, in most cases, in real life, in most cases, when a battleship, you had full broadside, you had, I can't remember the specific term for it, but every gun fired at, so basically, whatever gun was loaded would fire as soon as possible, and then you had the ripple fire, which is what you're talking about, and when they did the ripple fire, it would be turret by turret by turret, it wouldn't be gun.
Gotcha.
And I believe as well, in the later designs for ships, most twin gun turrets, I believe they had 1 firing control that fired both barrels as it was. It was in the triple and the quad turrets where they had mainly had the individual barrels firing. That's not saying that there wasn't any exceptions, because you will be able to go look through history and find evidence of World War II ships that had twin guns in a turret being able to fire them separately. But by the end of the war, everyone was just firing the twin turrets as like a single
As
kind
one,
of gun, just
right.
firing 2 shells at once.
Yeah, you don't gain much in most cases. The only reason you do it in any other circumstance is just because it keeps the pressure on the enemy in
Yes.
games like this.
Now, other than that, the anti-air armament is well. The anti-air has always been a tricky thing in naval because freaking the AI are just accurate as hell. So if you try and get close to do a dive bomb on a ship, you've got a good part of that successfully happening is luck. In the fact that the AI are kind of switching between you and like multiple different targets at once, so they're not exactly able to get an accurate fix. But even with that aspect, this thing has good anti-air armament. I mean, you've got 850 cals, but it's mainly the 837s and the dual-purpose 1200 mils.
Gentlemen, I have a viewer asking if plunging fire is even an issue in War Thunder's short firing distances.
Short firing distances, no, not for battleships or well, let's say battleships. We don't have battleships. Not for cruisers and not for destroyers because or most destroyers. Your deck armor is too thick for short distance plunging fire because at short distance plunging fire, the only real weapons that will do plunging fire is your small caliber 37 mils and stuff like that at close range.
Yes, but the question is, are our maps even large enough for plunging fire at long distances?
Yes. Well, I mean, in quite a few of the naval maps, you will be able to have people shooting from spawn to spawn, and the spawns are usually around about 10,000 meters away.
Yeah, and the current metas have explosives too, so...
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 maps which I think is above 10,000 meters away between spawn to spawn, so there's always plunging fire going on. Like, if... for your little PT boats, they usually spawn in towards the center of the map around a group of islands and stuff like that, but your destroyers and your cruisers will always spawn out in the open sea further towards the corners of the map, and you will always see cruisers and destroyers having a go at each other straight out of the spawn as soon as everyone's moving.
Oh, of course.
Which I think me and you have both experienced.
All too often, yes.
I even got ammo racked one time, which annoyed the hell out of me. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else to talk about, Zara, because you don't really have much to talk about ships.
Oh, you just talked about everything about the ship, so go ahead and take a look at the Commandante Meta that one. The Commandante. We'll call it the Commandante.
The last in the Commandante class.
Yep. Now, this looks a bit more futuristic with its gun placement. Especially with the fact that it's got that the second front gun, or turret B, I believe it would be called, is raised up on the higher deck.
Yep.
It just looks a bit more. It looks like turn of the age when you're starting to look more towards destroyers and battleships being phased out, fewer cruisers. Now, I believe this is actually a destroyer as well, so
It's about that size class, yes.
Commandante class
Yeah.
is the last big destroyers they had.
So
now the cannons are at 7 rounds per minute fire rate. 150.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was about to say the first thing that I noticed was that the guns were 135 mil, which is actually an unusual caliber, because most jump from 100 mil or 120 mil up to 150.
Yeah, they kind of skip that intermediate size.
Yeah, so 135. Now, you do get the standard loadout with a destroyer, which is depth charges and torpedoes, and you got some nice torpedoes. From what I understand, the Italian torpedoes, I have not used them in game, but from what I've heard, they are actually quite lethal and quite fast in the water.
Fast, but short range.
Yeah, sure. You are right there. I mean, I'm looking at the range of them, and it's only 4 kilometers. Now, there are torpedoes in the game that can go up to 7, from my knowledge.
Japanese.
But Yes, the Japanese are like the torpedo gods.
Oh yeah, their long lances are amazing.
Yes, but anyways, but this thing, it looks like it's going to be a good fast short range torpedo. You also have a bomb mortar, which I'm guessing is going to be for launching depth charges. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
effectively.
because you hover over the modification for the depth charge and it says requires modification bomb mortar. So basically, you will be able to launch bomb mortars either forwards or off the sides at a distance rather than actually having them just drop off the back like the lower PT boats do at the moment.
It seems like they finally got it to where the depth charges aren't destroying your own ship anymore, at least. So
That's decent. But I've actually had, to be honest, I would say that the because there are other ships in the game that can launch depth charges. I would say that they are actually decent for the situation where you either are too close to an enemy destroyer and you end up ramming into him. Bomb mortars are very good in situations like that, but also they're very, very good for personal defense against PT boats.
Torpedoes. Yeah.
Yes, I've literally had situations where I'm in a destroyer, I'm closing in on the small little group of islands to try and grab a cap to stop ticket drain, and there's been a PT boat just sat in a little nook behind a ridge, and I can just see the top of his mast over, but I can't get my guns to hit him. So I've launched a couple of bomb mortars over and hit him and crippled him, not killed him, but basically managed to neutralize the threat. So they can be useful, but they are very, very situational.
I wonder if they destroy torpedoes that are closing into you.
That I do not actually know, but I would be interested in finding out personally.
that would be interesting to test out.
Yes. Now, speed-wise, it's got a decent speed, I'd say, for a destroyer. I know there are slightly faster.
Turbine is like 82 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. Actually, it might be on the lower end of decent. Then I'm just looking at it now. It might be on the lower end of decent at 58 kilometers an hour. Again, this we're looking at it without upgrades, so it could actually be decent because most destroyers that I've seen that have your average speed, which is good speed, is in the 64 kilometer an hour area. That's like your average speed for destroyers from what I've seen. Again, we're talking about kilometers an hour, not actual knots.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Now, armor-wise, it's a destroyer. The armor is terrible on this thing at 4-3. You've got no armor except for anti-fragmentation armor on your
On the turrets only, right.
and it's only for your gun turrets, and they are open at the back.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So you can literally die to an artillery shell from a PT boat.
You can also die to people's 50 cals if they work at you long enough.
Yes. Well, I mean, maybe.
Oh, with the rotating gun patrol boats at the 4.3 bracket.
Now, my guess would be this is supposed to be some form of anti-air destroyer, possibly, because you got 12 37 mils and 2 dual 20 mils anti-aircraft guns, which is more than the cruiser Zara gets if you ignore the 100 mil dual purpose guns on the Zara. So I'm guessing this is more of a ship that, and looking at the layout of the actual guns as well, if you look, you've got 3 side by side with 1 on a raised position in the middle. Then in front of that, you've got another 3 side by side with 1 on a raised position in the middle. Then 2, then 2, then 2, and you've got 2 on top of the Citadel. So I'm guessing this is mainly an anti-air destroyer, probably designed for protecting cruisers. So I think the playstyle for this one, And I'm assuming here because I cannot test this thing, so I cannot test its maneuverability or its acceleration. But given the lack of armor and given the fact that your guns, you've got 435 mils at 4.3 battle rating, I'm guessing your job is going to be more sitting next to the big cruisers and defending them from torpedo planes coming in.
Most likely.
That is what it's looking like this is geared to. Now, your fuel tanks practically run the length of your ship, other than the stern, small section of the stern. So you can practically be sat on fire by plunging fire from that hits you virtually anywhere.
Pretty much, if you are taking fire, you're taking damage, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, you've got 2 engines driving 2 propellers, or I should say 2 transmissions, sorry, driving 2 propellers, because they're actually keyed into 3 engines. So again, if you lose 1 transmission, you're going to be going around in circles. A wide circle, but circle nonetheless, because 1 propeller won't be spinning. Other than that, looks like a decent destroyer. Looks like it could be very good at anti-air, but doesn't look like it's going to be winning any brawling matches anytime soon. It will be very good against PT boats, though.
Oh,
just
yes,
with that
extremely
amount
good.
I mean, looking at the actual placement of the guns now, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 37 mils. Or actually, is that 37 mil or is that 20 mil?
18,000 ammunition.
Okay, so it's not going to be 8, sorry, it's going to be
6. Oh no?
7. 7 37 mils are going to be looking at either your starboard or your port side of the ship, and 120 mil on either side as well. So if anything tries to come at you that is small and lightly armored, like a PT boat or a sub chaser, you are going to go through it easily. But
Absolutely.
at the same time, you've got no armor.
Right.
So they will be able to go through you as well. You've just got a lot more crew and a lot more guns pointing their way.
Indeed. All right, let's move on. Since that was naval, we're going to move on to France, and I've heard nothing about anything coming for France, so...
But I'm retired. Sorry. There's a new premium, the Samoa SM.
That's
which
right.
was announced on the dev blog. Now, this is the AMX-50 turret on a freaking tougher hull, which I find funny and pointless.
Will it work? Because in which BR is it going to be?
It's 7.3 at the moment.
Hmm.
Now, the current AMX-50 is 7.3. It's basically a 7.3 AMX-50 with more armor on. So you've got 140 armor on the hull, which does not actually show because the hull armor is an additional plate, I believe. Actually, you know,
Found a bug.
yeah, they're missing the armor, aren't they?
No, worse. The machine gun that's in the turret is acting like it's a whole machine gun. So it fires always straight ahead, no matter where your turret's pointing.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Yeah, I see what you mean now. When you said it fires straight ahead, I was like, yeah, that's because it's a coaxial and it's actually fixed to the turret. It doesn't tilt. And then you said, no matter where you're looking. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's like last dev blog. There was a bug on the HSVTL where there was like 2 streams of tracer coming out of one roof mount machine gun.
Yes.
So
the fire rate's pretty good. Reload's snappy.
So that's the
4
thing about
seconds.
this is it's got a 4-second reload, which is insane because it uses 100 mil SA-47 L58 cannon. Now, it's literally just an up-armored AMX-50, but slightly slower due to the weight increase. Because the AMX-50 is 54 tons, has the same gun and the same coaxial machine gun, has 45 mil of turret armor, 80 mil of hull armor at 884 horsepower. The Samoa SM is 60 tons, so you've got a whole 6 tons extra, but you're using the same engine power.
Same engine power, yep.
Horsepower. So, but you do have, on the stat card at least, it's showing 140 mil of armor on the hull, and on the dev blog, I was reading that the turret got additional armor added. Well, it didn't get added armor on, but the thickness of the not the actual tilting part of the turret, but the neck of the turret, the front thickness of that apparently got increased. That's what from what I read from the dev blog, if I'm remembering correctly. But looking at it now on the dev blog, I think they're missing some armor off the front of the hull. And I think basically what they've done for the Samoa SM is they've just duplicated the AMX-50 at the moment, because it's not, for me at least, showing any armor increase over what the AMX-50 has.
Work in progress.
Yeah, work in progress, most likely.
Mobility is mediocre at best. I've got it up to 39 kilometers per hour. And it's but the gun's got good penetration. The reload from when you empty out the first first order ammo storage is slow.
Yeah.
Third traverse seems fast.
It's decent for a heavy tank. It's actually pretty good.
Another one for Kasu.
Oh yeah, Casu would be delighted.
Nah. If I'm already past the point and the vehicle doesn't offer anything unique or different from an already existing vehicle in tech tree, I'm not bothered. And because I've already got the AMX-50 in the tech tree, I'm not bothered about the Samoa SM.
Yes, but you're also not Casu.
True. I'm not French. See, the Lorraine 155 and on the other hand. But I think that's it for France. I'm not seeing anything else.
Is there no planes for France?
Nope, not from what
wow.
I'm seeing.
Checking now here, just to do a double check.
Yeah, I'm just double checking.
No new planes for France. Let's get into Sweden.
Right. Now, I'm looking at the aircraft first because I was on that. B-17BS is the only aircraft I can see for Sweden. So
yep, that's it.
It is a hydroplane, which I actually really enjoy the hydroplanes. I don't know why, I just have so much fun in hydroplanes.
The hydroplanes are actually silly fun. I don't know why.
Yes.
They just are. The one that we got with the Operation Summer event, and I got a couple of kills, three kills on the one match I played with it, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun.
It looks beautiful, the IR.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it's anemic on the, because I'm at full throttle and I'm still only at 13 kilometers per hour.
I'm just test flying it now.
Is yours moving?
I'm just starting test flight. Right, I'm moving. 13, 14, very, very slow. Right, I feel, yeah, I'm slowing down, now I'm speeding up, now I'm slowing down. I feel as if they've put too much resistance in the pontoons for the water because I cannot get this thing above 13.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Let's try this again.
Hang on. So, well, I'm just gonna have
14.
You do have a bomb bay. Cannot drop. I was trying to see if I could dump weight, drop bombs into the water, and then see if that would.
Oh yeah, man, this thing's like amazing. I can go 14 kilometers per hour.
Best hydroplane ever. It's
absolutely.
Really
okay, so we got a bugged. It's not even a very good boat either.
So yeah, I'm just looking at the angles of the rear gun right now. Seems like you've got some decent angles on fire.
The gut feel I
Yeah.
have is that the engine's not putting out the power. Let's see, if I could read Swedish, I might be able to answer that question.
So I don't know whether it is the engine. I don't feel like it's a problem with the engine. I feel like it might more be a problem. It feels like you're trying to wade through a very, very thick soup. That's the feeling I'm getting from this. Because if it was the engine that was trying to pull out power, that would not stop you from being able to still rudder left or rudder right.
Oh, I could
This
rudder
soup
left
does
and right
not-
without any problem. There just wasn't enough speed to actually give you a good, decent rudder.
I can't even rudder left or right.
Oh,
On
I
mine.
like the cockpit.
I'm not even turning left or right. I'm holding down the rudder key. I'm holding down the ailerons, and it's just horrible.
Like plus the length of the actual.
Feels like soup. Yeah, feels absolutely like soup. So, but angles from that rear turret seem pretty good. As far as it goes, standard B-18 weaponry of two 8mm guns in the wing. So it's looking like it's basically going to be a B-18 with pontoons. Whether it's going to be effective or not will, or good stats or
Looks
not.
like the pontoons are under water or something.
Yes, that's why. Yeah.
Well,
Now,
they look about like the. Oh, great! Yeah, I jammed the gun and it did a reload. I was going so slow it actually rearmed the airplane while I was still in the water.
I did that like twice. But other than that, no new aircraft for the Swedes. But they do get a new tank.
Yes, let's get switched over there. You've probably actually got access to it to drive it around. You'll have to tell me what you think.
No, I don't, because I do not have the SDRV 103 yet. The SDRV 103C yet. I went for the PVRBV first. Just because it's ATO OBR, I can run that alongside the VEEC 40. The SDRV 103 was going to be the next vehicle I go through. So I
Check me on this. Was there a premium IKV 73 on before?
The premium IKV 73 is the current event vehicle that's
It's
going
the event
on.
vehicle.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So it is literally just the SDRV M42EH, but without the hull machine gun.
You know what's funny? In the Italian tree you were showing earlier in the Navy, the premium boat is not there, and it's clubbing everybody. So maybe they're actually gonna change the BR on that boat.
Possibly, yeah.
That's why it's probably not on the def.
Now, the thing that I like most about the look of this SDRV 104 is you finally have a roof cowl on the Centurion. Even though it's only an 8mm roof mounted gun, it's still a roof mounted gun. You can still kill aircraft with an 8mm.
Yes, you can.
I've
why am I not surprised that you're not excited about that? I'm not surprised you're excited about that one for some reason.
Dude, I've killed enemy aircraft in the Char 25T with that 30 cal. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for someone to bring out a British tank, even though it's in the Swedish tech tree and it's basically a Swedish modified Centurion. It's still a British tank at heart with a roof mount. I have been waiting so long for this. And yes, I know we have the Shermans, and no, I don't include them. Someone else is going to come back to me and say, yeah, but what about this tank? This has a roof mount. I'm trying to think if there is a... Tortoise doesn't count either, that's a cupola turret. Doesn't go all the way up. Anyways.
Now, whose fault is it that's the Brits' fault for not designing machine guns onto their tanks.
Whose fault is it that the Shermans couldn't pen a Tiger? That's the Americans' fault because they didn't upgrade the gun like we did.
Well, actually, they could pin a Tiger. They just had to get to the side or the rear of it.
Fine, Penatiger from the front if you want to nitpick.
Of course I'm going to nitpick because it's my job to nitpick. But that's the reason why we put so many Shermans over there, so we could get. We had so many Shermans, they literally could not put a Tiger anywhere where a Sherman wasn't somewhere around its back or sides. Yeah, it's a volume thing.
They could. It's called put them in front of the Shermans.
See, exactly.
Right. Okay. So already I'm noticing a bug on this.
What's that?
Hull armor, turret armor. It's got no turret armor, and it's got 40 mil on the front, 30 on the sides and rear. So, unfortunately, stat card can't be trusted because that engine power to weight ratio looks amazing for this Centurion.
True enough.
But unfortunately, it can't be trusted.
No, and the numbers are wrong anyway because you can go look at the turret and see the numbers. There's numbers there.
Yep.
On the armor.
Now, it should just be a standard Centurion turret with and a standard Centurion hull with, I'm guessing that's error packages on. It looks more like error. I doubt very much that is.
They labeled it as high hardness rolled armor.
Yes. But with how chunky that is. Actually, hang on. No. Dad, look behind the turret. Look at the front of the turret from the back. Look at one of the parts on the cheek. It's hollow.
Yes.
It's spaced armor on the turret.
Correct.
But I'd still wager that the hull armor is error. Those look like blocks of error armor. I could be wrong again because again they've got the hollow high hardness spaced armor on the. For some reason, there's one on the track, or two on the track actually, and then two on the top of the hull just in front of the left side of the turret, or the right side as you're looking down the barrel to the gun mantle. So it could just be.
Alright, Sturv 104, the last wave of upgraded came with the modernization of a batch of 80 Sturv 102s with a brand new, more powerful diesel engine, an upgraded laser rangefinder, but the biggest improvement came from the armor, over which was fit a series of explosive reactive armor blocks. So yes, they should be ERA blocks.
Yeah. Whether Gaijin. Oh, hang on. Okay, so what might actually have. So do you know the blocks that are on the hull?
Yes.
You've got the 17 mil, but then if you move your mouse down underneath, you've got 30 mil rolled armor underneath that, and then you've got the actual hull armor.
Okay, yeah.
So
they stacked a couple of blocks there.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if that's a pleek armor on top of error armor, which makes no sense, or error armor on top of a pleek armor, which makes slightly more sense.
It's Gaijin. The odds are it's just mislabeled.
Yeah,
I mean, honest to goodness. Especially
again,
since like you got turret armor 000.
Isn't this not dev blogs? Isn't this the first dev server that
first dev server? Yep.
Yeah, there's going to be loads of bugs in the dev server.
Yes, we know.
So.
All right, let's take a quick look at the. It comes with an APDS default.
Yes.
With 260 millimeters of point blank pin.
It gets a fin stabilized.
It does.
Which at 8.7 needs.
Yeah,
it
agreed.
Needs it at 8.7.
FSDS
19 degrees per second. I'd say that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad for this class of vehicle, and at 8.7.
Is that night vision or is that thermal?
Modifications. That is night vision.
Yeah. I wish they'd actually list thermal as thermal rather than calling thermal NVD as well.
Yeah.
Because then it's like you can actually tell. But overall, I like the look of the Centurion. I definitely want it, and I think the main thing I'm going to enjoy, if the stat card is not wrong, is the engine power.
Of course. 1 second here, guys. Operation 15. Yes, you missed the French stuff, but I'm going to go back and do a quick review of everything that's in here since not everybody was here at the start. So relax. Well, yeah. Now Rising's here, and he'll want to turn a 10-minute review into a 30-hour, lecture.
You know what? Screw you. I'll just go boot up my stream, eh? I'll just boot up my stream
Oh.
steal all your viewers.
Go for it. Oh, man. Okay, so yeah, Sturv 104, looking good. Let's back up and let's see if they don't care about that.
That's it.
That is it. That's the end of the line. Okay, so let's do a speed run all the way. We'll run back to USA.
It's a bit lackluster, the amount of new stuff.
Yeah, it's light. I think the big
I
difference
feel
is
like
going to be
this
the
is more of a mini
volumetric.
patch.
Yeah.
I think this is more of a mini patch for.
Yeah.
They
Mechanics.
messed up the names of the PBJ in the American tech tree.
How do
If
you
you
mess up
noticed.
something that's been in the game that long?
No, look at it. It says for me. It says shop/group/PBJ_group, and then you click on it, and it's like PBJ1H, PBJ1J.
Yeah,
Don't
there
ask
it
me,
is.
Gaijin messed it up. I mean, I don't know how you can mess up that. That's just simple programming.
Was it grouped before? I don't remember if it was grouped before, and that might be what the difference is.
Is anyone on Hasta, Spooky, or Vol? Are you on the live
Hang on.
server?
Yeah.
So on the live server is the PBJ, the 4 rows. For America, are they in a group or are they separate?
1 second, I actually accidentally closed.
Ooh, we got a new premium as well.
Yeah, the YF.
Yes.
Was that yes to me or yes to?
That was a yes to you. Yes, a new premium, the YP38. Feels a little sluggish, but not.
Well,
not
isn't that because the YP38 is the prototype for the P38? I mean, look at those engines; they are fat boys.
they are big.
They are thick.
engines. Okay, looking at the regular PBJ 1H and 1J are not folded in the standard client.
There you go. So
live
that's
client.
why it's. Yeah. So that YP38, I think that's more of just a collector's premium because it's essentially the prototype P38, and at 3.0, I don't know why you would take that over the P38E.
Well, I mean, premium bonuses.
You said that the.
Oh yeah, premium bonuses. Yeah.
You said that you first had the XP and then the YP. Why is there an XP higher BR then?
Because that is an XP38G, which shouldn't exist.
Alright.
It never would have existed in real life.
XP is experimental. YP is prototype.
Right.
Basically, YP is like a production prototype,
Yeah.
whilst XP is like experimental prototype, one-off. Now, there's also the P47D. I'm not an expert on P47, so what's new about this one, Dad?
The fact that it's a Razorback and has a slightly less powerful engine.
I hate the Razorback designs. They look so ugly. I'm being serious. It does not look nice. Plus,
What bothers me though is if you'll take a look over at the British tree and the premium line and look at the Thunderbolt, which is a Razorback P47, you'll see they've got it at BR 3.7 with all the ordnance of a P47 at nearly a full BR lower.
Wait, where's this?
Go to your Brits, look at your
Yeah, I'm in
your
Brits.
premium aircraft rank 3.
Oh yeah, just found it. Thunderbolt Mark 1.
All the P47 at lower BR and ordnance and everything like that.
Yeah, but it just looks nicer because it's in the British camo.
It also
I'm
has all
actually
that
joking.
U.S. ordnance, and it'll be a monster in ground RB at 3.7.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to buff up air. It's going to buff up CAS for British in 3.7 ground.
Okay, so
But-
we're gonna do a quick speed
Doesn't
run to
matter.
go through everything. If you want to comment as we fly here, Rising, go ahead and just interrupt. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, America. No new tanks. No new helicopters. Aviation, the premium YP38. It does not have any ordnance on it, just so you know. And handling is a little bit lackluster compared to a regular P-38. D-47 D-22RE, BR 4.3, tech tree, it's the Razorback. Has all the ordnance loadout options of a regular P-47. Not quite as much engine power, but it handles pretty decent, so not bad. And they do have the AIM-7 missiles on the F-4 Phantoms, which I have not had a chance to. I don't have the GE to be able to get that particular upgrade. Ryzen, do you have any comments on the AIM-7?
On the AIM-7s for... Wait, which aircraft's getting the AIM-7, sorry?
F-4E Phantom.
Oh, the model. Sorry, I'm just got something in my eye for a second there.
And in fact,
Right,
it's
okay,
getting both
so-
models of the Phantom are getting them.
Right, the AIM-9Es.
No, AIM-7 radar-guided missiles.
Oh. Oh, yes, sorry. I did read about these. It's going to be interesting. It depends on how they've actually done it with regards to how it's going to work in the game. If you lose your radar lock, is the missile going to basically lose its lock as well? Or will it retain its lock? And also, how wide are you going to be able to keep that radar lock now? Because some aircraft were able to keep radar lock in a good wide area in front of their nose. Others were not. Other than that, the actual missile itself, it looks good. It's got a good Mach speed of 2. Mach 2 that was. And a 15G overload, which is a good air-to-air missile. As is. So, as the air-to-air missile goes, that's going to be good, but it depends on how they've done that radar lock.
The real meta change is going to be the fact that you can carry 8 air-to-air missiles on a F-4 Phantom, as opposed to 4, which is what it can hold before. So that's and you're going to have a mix of the radar-guided versus the heat seekers. So, you know, and are they going to let you? I mean, how is that going to work from a mechanical standpoint? I'm wondering. But even so, that's still 8 air-to-air missiles that people are going to be flying with.
Also, if you want to, if you really enjoy CAS, you're going to be able to carry 7 1,000-pound bombs on top of those 8 air-to-air missiles. So don't worry about having to choose over the air-to-air missile, extra air-to-air missiles, or taking ordnance. You can carry both because why not?
The F-4 Phantom, when the answer to any question is war, please.
No, it's when the answer to the Americans' question of what aircraft can we strap more weapons onto without doing a redesign?
Gotta just say that if there's one thing Americans do well, it's strap more and more exploding stuff to their airplanes.
So, I don't know if anyone watching is familiar at all with Warhammer, but if America represented any race in Warhammer 40k, it would definitely be the Orcs, because they literally just strap as many weapons to anything. So you are America is the physical embodiment of Orcs.
All right, that's everything for the American side. I'll let Fleet Northampton.
Yep, Northampton. Again, this looks like it could be a very, very good long-range brawler, because even though you've got 9 guns, they are 203 mil, but you are very short size. You're very, very short for a cruiser compared to the cruisers you're going to go up against. It's looking quite short and clipped.
Making you less of a target for those enemy guns.
Yep, definitely. Again, speed is nice and decent for a ship your size and a ship your weight. Armor is looking quite good. You've got armor up and down the ship, protecting all the vital things: fuel tanks, ammo storage, transmission, engines. All of that is protected. So, more so than what the Italians get, because they've got vulnerabilities like the fuel tanks, or on some of them you've got an ammo rack or 2 in a vulnerable area, stuff like that. So ultimately, this looks like it could be a ship that's going to be very good at the long-range brawl. It all depends on that rudder movement now.
Front-mounted guns, awesome.
It all depends on that steering gear, depending on how well it can change direction. It needs to do that. because that will really determine the battle. When you're shooting at ships that are over 8,000 meters range, that you've really got time to actually turn out of the way of the plunging shells. So I'll be keeping an eye on that one to see how that one goes.
Should be interesting. At least that's what I'm expecting. Yes. Okay, and I believe that's everything U.S. So
that's everything I've seen.
All right, Germany. I don't think they got anything for ground.
They got the
TAM-2C, yep.
And the IL-28.
Now, I'm looking forward to this TAM-2C, just because even though the TAM isn't exactly the best tank for its battle rating compared to what other nations are bringing to the table, it's still quite a decent and fun tank. And this one's looking even more amazing. It's going to be faster, for sure, with that engine to weight ratio. Armor, again, nothing really look at. But firepower's been upgraded.
And 105 millimeter.
And you've also got a laser warning system.
That's going to be, I think, the mechanic that's going to be interesting.
That, now, from what I've heard, I haven't read anything official from Gaijin, but from what I've read on Reddit and from what I've heard, this is going to be sort of a new defense mechanism for tanks against helicopters, or one of the few that they're going to be starting to introduce. It's basically going to allow you to track missiles coming in, not just from enemy tanks, but also from helicopters. Now, one thing we know at the moment is if you pop smoke, helicopters do lose lock. So this might be a kind of early warning system for you to pop your smoke and then move to try and hide from the missile, which we know can be effective, but the problem is you never know when that missile's originally being fired unless you're looking at the helicopter or you were already tracking the missile visually. Right. So that is going to be very, very interesting to see in game, because at the moment everyone's been complaining about helicopters slaughtering ground. Everyone's been complaining specifically about the KA-50.
Shocker, I know.
Also about other helicopters. So if they start bringing this in on more and more tanks that historically had them, of course, we're going to probably be looking at upgrading to and unlocking new tanks, which are just upgrades of current tanks, kind of like the Challenger 2 and the Challenger 2F. But I'd say that's worth it if it gives you something that's going to allow you to screw over helicopters and let them waste their ammo over you rather than you just getting annihilated. You can just sit there and laugh as helicopters just fire missiles and then go, nope.
I was in an airplane in a ground battle earlier today, and this guy, I kept hearing. I was like, yes. Somebody's firing at me. Well, I can't worry about that right now. I got this guy in front of me, and I've got this plane I'm tangling with, and I must have spent like 3 minutes flying around. I'd hear this cable right over my head, and I was like, okay, that does it. Where is this guy at? And I found him. He was hovering, like 8 kilometers away, trying to snipe me with ATGMs, and I was like, okay, you're going down. So I just turned towards him, and I dodged the next 3 missiles right in front of his nose and blew him out of the sky. He deserved it. I was doing luck shots like that at those ranges. Jeez.
Yeah. Now, I think that's all the tanks that they're getting.
That's correct as far as I know. Let's see.
Definitely one I'm looking forward to, though.
Indeed, it should be fun. I'm going to have to actually grind up my my German tree. I'm only at 8.0 right now.
I'm here when you need me.
Yes, I know. IL-28. German tree.
Yeah. And just basically the same as the Russian one. However, it does not get the 3,000 kilogram bomb.
It does get the 3,000.
It does?
It gets one 3,000 kilogram bomb. Fab 3,000 in.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I missed that one. Usually, why have they put... That makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's Gaijin.
I give in. I'm done.
Yeah, right. Okay, Russia. Let's see. I don't remember much for Russia.
nothing for ships for
Hang on.
the Germans?
No, nothing for ships in the Germans.
Wow, that's surprising. Not seeing anything ship-wise for the Russians.
So we're
Now,
on tanks, T-72s, T-72Bs to be specific.
Yes.
By the way, they did go ahead and folder the T-72B 1989 with the regular T-72B.
Yep, I did see that. Now, what's the difference between the T-72B and the T-72B 1989? I'm guessing it's going to be something like the armor package.
I believe that's exactly what it was. They had Contact 5 on the T-72B 1989, whereas and the T-72B3 got relicked. But I don't think the T-72B itself got a. I think it was Contact 1, as I recall. Going from memory, don't hold me to that one. But the T-72B 1989 has Contact 5, and the T-72B3 gets relicked.
So I'm just looking at the T-72B3 with the. You're right on the Contact 5. I'm liking how you've got red on one side and grey on the other. I'm hoping that's the way they're going to be showing error armor from now on.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, I didn't even notice that before.
So,
I should have.
Yes, so then you'd be able to easily tell where the error armor is and where the composite armor is, rather than having to hover over and read each individual panel and stuff like that. So, if they're doing, what other tank does the T-64B have error armor? It does, doesn't it? Does it?
I believe it does.
Probably in the upgraded armor package, which I do not have yet. So
yeah, I don't have it either, so I can't tell on that.
I'll just have to find another tank that I've got that has error. But yeah, so no upgrade to the gun, no upgrade to. Okay, actually, turret armor is getting thicker. Base turret armor.
On the T-72B3?
And the T-72B 1989. So the T-72B is 140mm on the turret armor, 110 on sides, 165 on back. T-72B 1989 is 180mm on the front, 160 on the back, 65 on the sides, and the T-82B3 is the same as the T-82B 1989. They do lose armor on the hull though. 135 hull armor on the front, 85 on the sides, and 45 on the back for the original T-72B. And the new ones have 105mm on the front, 80 on the sides, and 50 on the back. So there is a bit of armor shifting around there as well.
Jiggling the armor around, gotcha.
As we know, armor doesn't really add up to much, but with error and composite armor being padded on top of that, thickening the armor underneath can also be effective.
True enough. And I think that's everything on the tanks. There's no helicopter changes. Aviation, we have a premium and a jet.
Another SU. So let's look at the premium first, because I've actually heard about this. So from what I've heard, you had the SU-6, you had the IL series, and this was basically Russia's third attacker class, the CY, the Psy. I don't know how you say it in Russia, but obviously the CY series. Basically, it's kind of cross between an IL and a SU by the looks of things. You got the armored, literally, it's an armored bucket. So it's not an armored bath, it's an armored bucket.
I never noticed that when I was looking at it previously, but yeah, pretty much.
You've literally got a bucket that houses the fuel tank and the pilot sits on top.
It looks awesome.
So if you get a fuel tank fire, your pilot is going to burn to death. Sorry, guys. You know.
Well, you're supposed to bail out about that point in time.
Yeah, well, you know, people, they like to try and get the last kills.
Oh, yeah.
Ordnance-wise, you've got some basically 25 kill kilogram bombs, which are anti-personnel. Your standard RS and RBS rockets, and some 100 kilogram bombs. So basically, it looks like your standard IL-2/SU-6 loadout with the rockets or the bombs. I'm guessing, is that a bomb bay? Would you say, Dead, between the wheel holds,
No, it looks like it's just
wheel wells?
it looks like it's just marks from the exhaust.
Yeah, mounted outside bombs, I suppose.
Yeah, most like. Just thought I'd ask because obviously you do get like the Russian aircraft do like to put bomb bays in single engine fighters.
Well, shucks, let's find out.
Tankers.
Test flight.
Oh yeah, that's true. We can test flight. You do have two 23mm guns, which are the VYA-23 models.
Oh yeah, there's the different ones.
Yep, which are the good ones as well.
Oh yes.
So you can still strafe through the
User
top
joined your
of tanks,
channel.
and at 4.7, it's not going to be bad. Don't expect to be going through the top of like IS tanks, but you shouldn't really be facing you'd face the IS-1 max.
And the
And
answer
that's
is
when you get
yes,
forward
there
to.
are bomb bays back there.
I figured there was because Russia likes to do things like that. I mean, have you seen the BB-1? It literally just has like
Half the plane
doors that
is
open and it's
doors that
stacked-
open
the
bomb
bombs are
pods.
stacked vertically. It's cute. I will use the word cute for the BB-1. So
And the bombs drop individually.
yeah. As flight characteristics go, it's not. It's definitely more it's got better handling, I'd say, than an IL-2. But it's not fighter nimble. It's definitely not fighter nimble. I'd say it's probably on par. I think its turn rate feels slightly better than a 190. I'd say, Dad, but its roll rate is worse than the 109s.
Look at those bomb
The elevator authority is not necessarily as lovely as I might like, but it's not bad either.
I feel with speed, you can. I feel if you're above 350, you could outturn, not massively outturn, but you could keep ahead of a 190 in a turn, unless the 190's got the speed advantage, because they think those things like to turn at speed.
Maybe, yeah, I could see it.
Only just though. Literally, he's going to be gnawing at your tail.
Throw some flaps in. Yeah, but you
Well,
lose that
overall-
speed in a hurry. Yeah, if you make a
Oh,
tight
yeah.
turn.
Overall, not bad. Acceleration's decent.
And
I'd say it's-
elevator authority is not as wonderful as I might prefer.
Yeah, I'd say it's pleasant to fly, but you're not going to be dogfighting in it. Head-ons, I'd say you're probably going to be... With the firepower, you got an advantage in a head-on, but you haven't got the armor around the engine like you do in the IL.
Yeah, but you can also afford to just blow through ammo like crazy. You got lots of it.
Yes. Well, you've got a lot of MG ammo. You've still got very low cannon round count.
Plenty for a couple of head-ons, though.
Oh yeah, if you're accurate. Does like to break up on impact with the ground. That's you.
Sorry about the sneeze there.
But
Yes, that's why I said as a noted that the elevator authority is not as good as I might have preferred.
yeah. And then you've got the SU-7BKL. Now, judging from the stat card, it's going to be a tiny bit faster, but than the SU-7B, a tiny bit slower on the turn than the SU-7B, and by tiny, we're literally talking about 0.3 of a second, and we're literally talking about 6 km/h increase. That is stock. so modifications can affect it more.
Right. Do you
What are
think
we
those-
looking
Do
at
we
armor-wise?
have snow maps or mud maps to land with the skis?
That's what I was going to actually ask. Do you think the skis are going to make any difference anywhere?
No. At the
They look
moment, because
cool,
we
though.
do have we do have aircraft equipped with skis in the game. Most obvious one is the ME-163, which is just a ski. But there is another aircraft, and I cannot think of it for the life of me. But I think it's in the Russian tree, and I think it's lower down as well, where it does have tiny skis next to the track. And I think it's very early on in the Russian tree somewhere. Again, might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it somewhere. But they've got no effect. They have no effect because the
Cosmetic.
airfield terrain, the airfield is cosmetic. There is a difference between landing on a paved runway and landing on a rough mud runway, but with regards to a rough mud runway in the snow compared to in the summer, there's no difference.
So it won't have any effect in game. So that's what we figured.
No.
Ordnance loadouts aren't too bad though. They're pretty good.
Has it gained anything over the previous SU-7?
I'd have to look at the previous SU-7.
Yeah, more rockets, more S-24s, right? The other one has only 4.
Yes, that's correct. In fact, it's gained quite a bit of ordnance compared to the previous model. More rockets overall. I think more bombs. It'll carry more bombs. Yeah. So yeah, quite a bit of upgrades to it.
Can carry just as much S-24 rockets as the IL-28-ish.
Does it have a ballistic computer, by the way?
That I do not know.
Does the normal one have one? The normal SU-7?
I don't think so, because it doesn't have radar either. I don't think it has a ballistic computer. Hang on. I've just had a thought on that front. I believe... Let's go... You... Okay, I don't think it has a ballistics computer, but I am not that familiar with the Russian aircraft. And by familiar, I mean with actual history, real life with the Russian aircraft. In game, I don't know, I can't test flight, so I can't find out for you.
Yeah, I'm in the same position. Okay, so anything else in Russia?
No, I think that's it. There's no ships, is there?
Nope, no change in ships.
Oh, wait. Yes, there is. The Project 50.
Where is it? There it is.
Rank
I found
2.
it. I don't remember seeing that one before. Project 50.
See, where would you be without me?
A little bit farther along in the stream.
Ha, ha, ha. I feel insulted.
Oh.
Right, so, it's a frigate. So it's a small baby destroyer.
Yep.
Torpedoes, depth charges.
100mm cannons, 3 of them.
Mil. I do like the fact that they've added in the rain block behind the front gun for the gunner of the front gun.
Well, you know.
But none of the other gunners get it.
Yeah, so nobody else gets it.
The front gunner is an esteemed gunner that held in high regard by the captain, or the captain likes the front gunner. All the other gunners are just like...
I am going to just put a slightly different spin on it. I think it's probably less a rain guard than it is a
flash guard for the second gun, yeah.
Bingo, yep. But still, that is a pretty esteemed gunner position, I'm sure.
Yeah. Now, armor-wise, you've got side armor. You've got... Interestingly, you've got 2 bits of deck armor either side of the rear of, well, I wouldn't even class that as the citadel. It's more of either side of the funnel, to be honest, to protect around the funnel. So you're protecting the engines from plunging fire, but the transmission has no protection from plunging fire. Other than that, you've got a bit of side armor in the middle, but it's not going to be stopping anything.
No. I mean, pretty much it's an open tin can.
Yeah, this thing is not dedicated to anti-airs either. With only 2 twin 37s, you're mainly going ship hunting with this thing. 300
But I think
mils.
that 100 mils, isn't that also quite light for
It is.
naval weapons?
It's yeah.
It is quite light for naval weapons, but it's suitable to take out PT boats because this is the thing. It's a frigate. Even though it's 4.0, you're still gonna have 4.0
It's autocannons.
higher PT boats with your autocannons. Yes, I'd say it's going to be very risky in this thing because you've got virtually no armor. Autocannons, especially if you look at the Project 206, which is a 4.3 MTGB with motor torpedo gunboat for the Russians, has twin 30mm automatic, 2 twin 30mm automatic guns, which would just rake this thing out of the water. This thing is more of a support vessel by the looks of things. It's going to be behind the PT boats in the islands, shooting long range at other PT boats rather than getting entangled with them.
Yeah, a good second spawn after your first one is
Yeah. Sit back, let everyone else get into the fray, and then you just pick off whoever comes around the corner in front of you. I think that's all for Russia.
I think it is too. Also, I'm thinking that CY just stands for SU.
It's SU, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
At least
Why
for
didn't
my...
they call it the SU then?
I don't know, because it's a Russian name for.
Wait. Hang on a minute. So you've got
Cyrillic.
SU6 M71F, SU6 AM42, CY6, which is SU6 in Russian. I feel like there's a conspiracy here.
They just didn't change the Cyrillic. I think.
Yeah, you can do conspiracy theory all you want on that one. Okay, Britain.
Yay! What are we gonna get shot on today?
Nothing
Any
in the
new
tank
tanks?
area, no.
That's
No hell easy there.
Disappointing, because I've
Just
got
planes.
nothing to ground in my tank.
Planes.
What new planes have we got? We've seen the premium P-47.
One Thunderbolt, that's it.
It's is that literally all we're getting?
Yep.
They were talking about this jet. Is it Jaguar? Can that be? Jet?
Oh come on, give us the Jaguar.
It's not on this dev
That'll be-
server.
That's what they were talking about quickly on the dev server or on the not
Do you
this
know
stream.
The dev stream.
Right, here's a question for you. Do you know where the Jaguar is going to end up in the tech tree? Because I have is it going to be after the Phantom FG Mark 1? Or is it going to be after Lightning, the Phantom FGR2? Or is it going to be after the Swift? It kind of makes sense coming after the Swift. If so, then I can test fly it and I'm going to love that, but I will be pissed off if they bring it after the Phantom FG Mark 1 because I never bothered going for that because that is just a Phantom FGR2.
In other words, that's exactly where they're going to put it, and you know it.
Yes.
Anyway, Thunderbolt
Seriously.
Mark 1's only thing so far in this.
Oh. The Phantom FG Mark 1 gets the AIM-7Es.
That's
Yes.
true. It does,
The
yes.
French ones as well. The French one.
Does the Phantom FGR2? Yes. I'm going to be playing with that. Because that didn't sound creepy at all.
Thank you for making my stream even creepier than normal.
You're welcome. I try. Look, someone's got to keep it alive.
Well, we're still alive over here, but that's okay. Okay, so that's it for Great Britain. Japan, you came in a little bit after Japan, right? We were on.
Yeah, I came in when you were
China.
looking at China Air, so I missed China Ground as well. So all that I'm seeing so far for tanks wise is a new 1.7, the Chiha LG,
Correct.
which looks fun.
It does look fun, but it's slow. And since they're doing volumetric shells, I'm betting it won't be able to do quite so much popping stuff in the turret ring. When you get to, I have.
Yeah.
Did you pop anything in the turret ring?
I did one, but I did it when I got extremely close and angled the barrel down into the turret ring.
Right, okay, so let's give this a try then.
Also, they mentioned at one point it's supposed to have a fuse round that isn't in the dev server so far.
Well, that wasn't a turret ring, but it definitely got the M2 Stuart. Or the M3 Stuart, or the M5 Stuart. Whatever Stuart that is. You have too many Stuarts.
What can I say? We gave them to you.
Yeah, and we still use Dodgers over them. Right, so I feel like the zoom doesn't do much. Like, you lose quite a bit of your peripherals for not really much gain in magnification. I'm just trying to see if I can shoot underneath this Sherman and see what that does.
You pop the Sherman in the side panel and it explodes.
Yeah, that's you mean where the ammo sits, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's actually something that's been in the game for a while. It's basically oh crap, I always get it mixed up. It's chemical reaction, isn't it? Basically or is it kinetic? Basically, it's the shockwave going through and detonating the ammo.
It would be
It's
kinetic.
not actually the shell penetrating. I can never remember whether that's kinetic or chemical.
Can't be chemical because there's no chemical involved in that.
Thermal
Chemical
reaction.
of the shell explosion.
Sure, but not a shockwave. The shockwave has no chemical to it, except for the fact that it's traveling through chemistry.
Does it have explosives?
This is a derp gun. I am gonna have so much fun with this. This is basically a baby Type 75.
Yes.
This is the Type 75's ancestor. This is my new favorite tank in the game.
And it's fast.
That's not bad for speed. Okay.
It's decent speed. 26 kilometers an hour at 1.7 is not
At
bad.
1.7. Yeah, well, it's not a race machine, but it's
Ooh.
a big gun.
Is it me or do the markers on the map look more crisp? Like more sharp?
I don't know. I'm running at lower resolution than normal right now.
Sacrilege.
I do it so I
You
can
mean
actually
you're
have a
running
decent
this
stream.
hateful, beautiful, horrible game?
You're not streaming at 4K? I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
And here comes the shit. So-
Nothing new in the aviation tree.
Right, okay, so you cannot blow up a tank you cannot blow up a Sherman from shooting underneath it. Your shell just does not have enough explosive power. Yeah, and Cupola shot's not exactly happening. But it's going to be good for picking up barrels and optics, getting
Yeah.
kill assists.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit lackluster though for a 120mm gun.
It does feel a little bit light. But,
Maybe
we'll see.
maybe it might get a buff. That fuse shell though. So I don't know if you have used the fuse shell on the Type 75, but it is very, very good at popping tanks. Because you basically range the tank and then you fire it just over their turret, and it will explode just directly above their turret and shrapnel down. So you don't have to try and hit a cupola. You can just pop it above them and airburst them.
I never had
And
much luck trying that myself, but it's worth another shot.
Oh mate, it's beautiful.
What's the proximity range for that? How much higher do you need to range then?
Is
Proximity.
it a 5 meter
No, it's not.
trigger?
It's not proximity. It's not a proximity shell. It's a fuse delay. So basically, what you do is you range find the target, and then it will the shell will blow up at. Say the target's 400 meters away, the shell will blow up at 400 meters. Say the target's 450 meters away, the shell will blow up at 450. It's whatever you range to. Think of like the F-89D's rockets, where the radar is constantly feeding the updated range of what your radar target is, and it changes the range at which the rockets will blow up on. It's basically got a time delay on, sort of thing. Which you actually see in the film Fury. If you ever
For your
want
fun
to,
fact for the day.
Yes, fun fact for the day. If you want to see a physical use of time fuse shells in use in a film, watch Fury, because they use it when they're sat on the road. And he says, skip it on the ground. And you see him crank the little knob at the end of the shell with a screwdriver or something. And you hear it click, click, click. Alright.
Only other things we got are naval. Right, last things are naval. And we get the Akibono and the Chidori.
Yeah, Bono. Alright, so Chidori, what are you for us? You're a frigate with 220mm guns, 625s, and then two. So you got quite a lot of 25s there. So
Yeah,
you're going to be
10 in
good against
total.
air, and by the looks of things, good against, definitely good against PT boats with 55mm of armor pen on those belts. So you can dedicate the belts to hunting PT boats with 3 APT to a high explosive fragmentation, or you can go focused against air with high explosive fragmentation and high explosive incendiary, or you can go universal, which is 3 to 1 of high explosive AP.
Right.
This is just a PT hunter. I mean, you can kill other frigates with it because it's 120mm gun. You've got 24mm of armor pen, but you will start coming up against at 3-7 frigates and maybe a destroyer or two if you get up to it. But definitely, you're going to come up against frigates who are going to have armor to withstand your HE shell.
Right.
But you do also have a fuse shell to turn your 120mm guns into a again, no, not anti-air, because it's not proximity. It's a fuse shell, which means it's time delayed. So you can do airburst mode, which not a lot of players actually seem to use, but airburst can be devastating on your thinly armed targets. So
Sounds good.
if you,
What I use is if you change your guns from the main gun to the secondary gun and let the AI do that for you.
yes, that is actually is actually what it is good about it, because the AI can set the delay and fire more accurately with a fuse shell than your average player can. A skilled player would be able to do it, but basically, because you've got to constantly be updating the range to the target and at the same time lead the target with the shell and then try and aim so you're hitting the target or hitting near the target so that the fuse shell will airburst around them, then it's slightly more difficult for you to do it rather than just leave it to AI. But at the same time, they are very, very good for eliminating crew. They're
Sounds
absolutely
good.
amazing for eliminating crew and PT boats. What's the other one? The Akibono.
Akibono.
Ooh. So is this a sub chaser or gunboat? For a gunboat, it doesn't have a very big gun. 40mm Bofors. You got two of them, one on the back, one on the front, and then you got two.
Type 60
76.
Bofors or the 70s.
You got 276. You got a load of depth charges. This, I'm not entirely keen on this, if I'm honest. You've got a single dual 20mm Bofors on the deck, which is going to be able to see all of your stern and both port and starboard sides, but it's not going to be able to shoot forwards. And that's your main vulnerability, because your 76mm guns aren't going to be able to take out a PT boat in one shot. You're not going to be able to hull break it like you can with 120mm or something like that. So, not too keen on this one. And yes, speed is good, but TT boats are always faster.
Well, and I think that's what's happened to the meta is that you end up with a no middle ground on these types of things. Any medium-sized ship that doesn't have just fast firing, high rate of fire equipment on it just isn't going to do anything.
Yeah, like the Dory, basically.
Right.
The Akabona is not gonna. The Akabona, it could be decent at hunting down ships like the Chidori, but again, it's got no armor. The only armor actually on it is the friggin' dual Beauforts. There's no armor on the rest of it, so you've literally got 60 mil of steel to fend off everything.
Yep, exactly.
And your fuel tanks are all up the center left side. Then they go all the way up the center left side to the deck. So, and then no. I do not think that's a worthwhile premium.
Doesn't look like something I'm going to be going for, that's for sure.
No, I'd say if you want a premium, I'd say look maybe towards the PGO2 is insane. I know because I've got that. But look towards either the Udachi or the Mikuma. Don't go for the Akabona.
Okay, and that takes us to the last thing that you missed before, and that's China's ground tree, the CM25.
Sorry, I was just looking at the the T26 number 531 as an image in progress for some reason. But yeah, which CM25? Oh no, I call that one. It's just a
the M113 basically.
M113A 1 tow.
And that's everything that's in the patch. Unfortunately, I'm running out of time here. I got to go run to the store, so I got to close things up and call it a night here. To the people who've been watching, thank you very much for joining us today. There'll be plenty of streams going out. I'll see if I can grab some gameplay footage later this evening from the dev server just to get some, see if there's anything. You know what? There's one thing I better check first before anything else. Are there any new maps?
I don't believe so. I haven't seen any, but we shall check.
I'm only going to be able to scan fast because there's a lot of maps in this game.
I can scan. No. Wallonia is just that.
Oh, then.
Yeah. Don't know why they changed the names.
That's because of the size, isn't it?
Yeah, but they could have just done Fields of Ardennes. Like they did Fields of Poland.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not actually seeing any new maps. That's not to say they might have changed current maps, but again, I haven't read anything about it. But again, they don't have that much on the devlog up yet. But they've got a dev server out.
The Sweden map?
What about the Sweden map?
Oh, I think I never played that map.
Nah, Sweden's been out for a while.
Yeah, it was in what patch before last patch.
Oh yeah, that's the city. I totally forgot.
Okay, preliminary update notes. Let me just take a quick look at the update notes and see if there's anything that jumps out as being stuff we missed. Okay, known bugs on the on this particular dev server. The heat ammunition currently operates incorrectly because of the current algorithm for volumetric shells. The anti-heat protection is overstated. Okay, armor models, work in progress. Some new aircraft like cockpits. Right, wing routes, not display crew mission. Right. New vehicles, check. They put a cockpit on the B6N2.
So the most important thing is, why is it called Raining Fire?
You know, we still have no clue.
SU-7B, KS, thingy.
See, locations and mission updates. Some fixes have been made to the Moscow aircraft location. Missing rivers on the southern part of the map have been added. See, historical aircraft mission changes. Ladoga mission has been reworked. Kalkin Goal changes from the general list. Corson changes from the general list. Crimp's commission reworked.
That's for people who are interested in the PvE aspect.
Right. Some changes in Kursk, Mozdok, and Normandy. All with missions reworked. Base models. Okay, list of changes from the past major. Base models, airfield models, and their locations towards the center of location have been standardized. The size of an airfield now depends on the battle's rank. Mid-tier missions now have stage airfields located 12 kilometers away from the location center. Enduring confrontation, and the enduring confrontation mode in the English Channel location. A fourth seaport has been added for each side. Anti-aircraft machine guns have been added for the following German vehicles: Panzer 3M, 3N, 4H, Panzer Befehlswagen 4J, the Panther A, Panther G, Tiger 2P, H, and 10.5 centimeter. The Brumbar gets the Ostketten modification, and the Winterketten chassis modification has been added for the Panzer 3E, 3F, 3J, 3J1, 3L, 3M, and 3N.
Wait, what was that? What modification was that?
The Ostketten that were not there, right?
It says it's called Winterketten.
Because those are the premiums, right? Because the normal tree had the Ostketten and the premiums had nothing. Is that what they changed now?
No, it just says that those vehicles were getting the Winterketten chassis modification, which I think is... Actually, I don't know what it is. So,
Drex.
there you go.
Ketten is Drex.
Okay, it's aircraft and helicopter model, damage model, characteristic, and weaponry changes. Some U.S. naval aircraft have been equipped with the Mark 13 Model 0 sea mines. PV-2D, OS-2Us 2 and 3, PBY 5 and 5A, BTD-1, PBM-3, SB-2C4, SB-2C1C, and the SBD-3. So they're getting mines.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's awesome.
How it's going to be? I might actually take a look at that quickly on the dev server, because I'm wondering if they're going to have drop parameters like the
yeah, slow speed and shit.
slow speed and shit. Because historically, what they did was they dropped sea mines with parachutes out of the plane, and basically the sea mine would drag everything underwater. But
I am not seeing it on the BTD-1, at least. Oh, there it is. This Mark 13 Mod 0 aircraft laid magnetic mine. It looks like a 2,000-pound bomb, but it's an aircraft laid magnetic mine. I can't talk today. Test flight.
wait, which aircraft is this?
BTD-1.
I have that egg, so I'm going to take a look. Wait, where's this air mine? Because I'm not seeing it.
Looking for the ones that look like
yeah,
2,000-pound bombs.
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay.
Why they could have put a symbol for an air mine. They could have actually put like a proper...
They probably will. They just haven't yet. Okay, there's a mine.
Well, why not? There's no excuse.
I don't know, looks kind of like a bomb. Falls kind of like a bomb. There's no marker I can see. In a test flight, at least. I'm going to try and drop it on one of the ships.
That's what I was just about to do. I'm actually going to try and skip it on one of the ships, but I don't think I've got enough speed at the moment. Oh, this thing does not like... Oh, wow. That's the water.
Yeah.
Right, so I just dropped on a battleship. It did absolutely nothing.
Well, the battleships don't seem to actually just be destroyable on this thing.
Oh, they are. I've sunk one with torpedoes before. You just have to use many torpedoes.
See, that one didn't even explode, even though I dropped it on that small destroyer escort.
Did you drop it right on top, or did you drop it into the water next to it?
I think I hit it on top, but I'm not actually sure.
So do you know how you can skip the bombs on the surface of the water? I've been skipping them into the side of the ships.
Oh, and that works? Okay.
So what guessing is that it has to be underwater to arm, and then yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I'll get really close on this one.
Or that they are armed automatically when they reach below sea level.
Well, that one just blew up on the surface. It actually bounced through a ship, so
It's okay.
I don't think.
I hit a whole lot of stuff on that ship. I don't know. I haven't seen one blow up yet.
I wonder with these mines if you will be able to blow up friendlies. Is that kind of the shit show?
Well, we can always try it.
Yeah.
Custom battle dead. I mean, we've both got ships.
Okay. I could take a minute or two just to test that out. Let me bring a ship
I
here.
was going to say when you get back.
If you have a moment or two, I'll just bring out one of my larger ships, and you
Alright,
can try and bomb the snot out of me with these things.
just going to quickly, whilst you set up a custom battle, I'm going to read up on the death charges. So it's aircraft-laid magnetic mine. Max armor penetration is 152 mil. So
Can you use it on tanks?
that's something else we can try.
That is the biggest question.
I wonder if the Sunderland gets them.
So that would be hilarious.
Can you drop them by helicopter? Would you ask? Follow?
Oh my god.
Well, there's
Now you're
actually
thinking, huh?
so helicopters could actually it could actually drop mines. So
Yeah, why not?
If they add that, I would be so happy. Oh, wow.
Ballistic. Need bots. I'm gonna turn bots off.
put a good crew on this, right? I'll probably need to put a ship in my lineup. Hang on.
Invite the session is out.
Yep. Alright, got it. So I shall go on the other team.
Well, I would hope so.
I mean, I could always friendly fire you.
I just got an internal server.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what we were trying to do. Friendly fire. Uh-oh.
you still running or is it crashed?
Oh, you just won't let me start a session. Here, why don't you try and create one?
I was gonna say you could have just promoted me to leader. But yeah, I guess I'll create one. Right, we need a ship one though, don't we?
Yeah.
So it's all the way down at the bottom under naval.
You know, Operation 15, I've been looking at what you said there, and it does look like they're trying to add a little something for everybody. But at this point, with the number of things they're adding, I think this is going to be one of the more mechanic-focused updates, just because of the addition of the radar, semi-active radar homing missiles, and you just invited me to a squad, right?
I know what I'm doing. Oh, would you like to enable voice chat?
Not right now.
I haven't had that message pop up.
First time I've seen it, too.
So maybe that's something new they're working on.
Could be.
Or maybe it's just something that we've internal server area can't create a custom battle. Alright, hang on, just leave for a second. And not enough players to start the game. Let me put some bots on.
There's a couple of already pre-existing ones. We could just jump in there. I prefer not to, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick some bots on. Right, sending you another invite. Internal server error now. So I don't think you can create them.
Well, somebody's
Well-
created them because there's a bunch of them here.
I was gonna say, but people have created them. Right, okay, I'm seeing Domination North Sea, 3 players, Azriel Farkev.
Okay, got it. Yeah, it moved. There it goes.
Which team are you going on?
The opposite one of you.
Right. Right, I'm in.
Going in.
Hopefully he's got aircraft.
If not, we're gonna be kind of out of
War Thunder
luck
just
here.
crashed.
Mine did too. Well, maybe we'll test this later.
And then the crash report crashed.
Yeah, that's the best thing, right? That's what I'm
War Thunder
wondering.
crashed. Would you like to send a report and restart? Send a report and close, because I can't be asked to restart.
All
Send a
right.
report, error. Crashed.
I'll hear about it tomorrow. I'm off to bed.
All right. Have a good night.
Right, Hasta.
See ya.
User disconnected from your channel.
Let's see. Naval weaponry, going down to the naval fleet model, damage model, characteristic, and weaponry changes for the boats. New sea mines have been added to the following in naval battles. Let's see. In the first stage, the following vessels will receive them. In Russia, BMO, PR-191, 191M, 1204, and 1204 late. In Germany, the R-Boot R130, R301, the S100 in 3 different models. In Britain, the Fairmile A and the Fairmile B and the SGB 304s and 309. In Japan, the IJN Mutsuki and IJN Kuma will. In Italy, the Turbine and the Attilio Reggiolo. I'm just going to point out that no U.S. naval vessels are getting sea mines. Apparently, the only way we can do it is with an airplane.
Or with depth charges.
It says naval mines, sea mines.
See, yeah, I know. I'm saying, or you can do it with depth charges. They're essentially the same as sea mines, but they don't last permanently. They have a timer before they blow. But you
Okay.
can change the timer. You can put like 30 seconds on it. So
Yeah, true. But it's still not going to have the same effect of actually having installed mines at a location.
that is, yeah, I do kind of like that idea though.
Okay, the
I mean,
283.
you could mine a cap point.
I think that's what they should do with it.
Or mine like what's that map where it's all the little houses on them little islands in the bay, and then you got the big ocean further out. You could mine like routes. Oh, okay. What? I just rebooted and it's chucked me into that custom battle. Yeah, I'm in the custom battle.
And it looks like it's letting me in too. Let's see if I can actually spawn in.
I still can't type game chat.
Okay. I've got my Clemson, and I'm out about F9, F10 area.
You've got a different grid square from me.
Oh, that's right, you're in the air.
Yeah,
Right.
shoot your guns. I think I see you.
Get to where I'm actually got the guns in a... There we go. Fire. There we go. Those are mine.
Right, fire again. Can you see me? Oh yeah. Are you firing at the enemy boat? Hey.
No.
Okay, both of you are firing now. Which one are you? Right, are you off my right wing or off my left?
How about
wing?
this? Do you see this?
Yep, I see that. Right, turn your AI gunners off. Because I don't want to get shot down.
Right.
Oh,
that's-
shit. Can you tell your teammate to turn his AI gunners off as well, please?
Okay. My gunners
Bombay
are
is open.
okay, holding course now.
I was gonna say you just turned. Don't know how that bomb's gonna go.
That's
Ooh.
right in front of me. Ooh. Floating right there,
Go
and
for it. Yes.
I had a
So-
big red splat sign right where that mine was too.
Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, come on.
What?
Really?
Did you crash your plane?
No, freaking the Atlanta just shot me down. Can you tell your teammate not to kill me? I want to try and do a deck bounce. See if me putting one on your deck will also blow you up, or whether I do have to drop right in front of you. Right, did you tell your
Just
teammate
did.
to stop shooting?
Just did. He has not responded yet. I'm steaming to the north though to get farther away from him.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, he's right. He's steaming right between me and you. But look, hopefully, I might try and bomb him whilst he's firing at the PBY. Okay, never mind. I'm worried because I have a phantom underneath me.
4 Phantom? Oh my heavens, that's way
Yeah,
outside of the.
I could have shot him down just then because he like full on turned, but I think he's being like, yes, he's going for that. Oh, he's trying to see how well the firepower does for a phantom against a
The whole
ship.
cruiser?
Yeah, with the guns. Not very well.
Apparently not.
User left your channel.
But he was just using all the 20 mils. Right, I'm going to try and land one right on your deck, and this time I'll use air brakes, because if you didn't notice, last time I didn't use them, and I literally scraped my bomb doors that were open, I scraped them on the freaking surface of the water.
User left your channel.
Right, stay steady.
Holding steady.
Oh,
Okay, it landed right in the middle, and boom, just like a bomb.
So it does. Okay, and I crashed into your friggin' mast because it popped up out of nowhere. It didn't render, and then it's just like there, and I'm just thinking, shit. Alright. Okay, one last test then. See how hard it is for me to drop this whilst you're actually trying to turn.
Okay, so you want me to avoid you this time, is what you're saying.
Yeah. No problem. Big angry ship in between me and you.
I'm turning to the north again, but that's the best I can do.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can turn to the south, that might actually help in this case.
Nah, it's fine. Hopefully he's going to go for the PBY. I might just drop him. I might do it to see if I can do a high altitude drop on him.
Just target me. Leave him be.
Well, if he shoots me down again, or tries to shoot me down again.
Well, he's repairing right now.
That doesn't mean his AA gunners aren't going to be shooting me down.
I
But
agree.
they're not going for the PBY, so...
Okay, I got visual on you.
Yep, I see you. Okay, try and avoid me depth charges. I mean, I don't think you will. Like, very well, because I can literally just do this. So I'm going to place that on there.
Hard to starboard, full reverse, straighten out, and how close? Ooh. Avoided. Currently
I was just
amidships.
waiting for you to go up at any point then.
Nope, avoided it entirely. Now I'm curious if I can use my guns to trigger it. Oh, did it already go away?
No? Maybe it's a range thing.
Yeah, it could be spotting.
PBY is coming out your front.
Whoop, that's 4 bombs. Oh, 4. Ah, okay. Hard to starboard again. Oh, this is going to be a hard one. Straighten out. And around.
Hey, I got the F48.
Oh, a head full. And all mines avoided.
Right, so you can avoid them if... So, basically, me getting in that close to drop this right in front of you is going to be difficult. Hands down. because obviously your guns are going to be going off at me. But at the same time, if I actually try and drop them in front of you, like properly drop them in front of you, and wait until the very last second, I have a feeling
What?
this.
There's more mines. Oh
There's
yeah,
one.
I'm dead.
Oh.
I'm dead.
Well, that's no fair. I wanted to blow him up.
PBY gets a lot of those things, apparently. He dropped in sets of 4.
Enemy ship's gonna be, is trying to shoot me now. Killed the F-40 again by doing nothing.
You're just the closest enemy when he probably stuffed it.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. And I'm gonna try and do a hidden sneak run on this other ship of yours if you look where I am. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna try. Bomb 8 open. So, oh, I see a smoke dart stack. Oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? He's not moving. Bomb out. I think I did it. Okay, so this doesn't kill a big ship like that one shot, but it does tremendous damage. Like, he's on fire front and center, and he's freaking. Oh man. I wanted to see if I was going to burn him down. No, I do like the depth charges. It's a new form of bomb. Basically, it's basically like a bomb that you drop on naval ships. However, if you miss, it sticks around, and if the ship goes near it, it blows up.
I wonder how long they last. Have you figured that out yet?
We can find out if you would stop shooting at me. So come to a full stop. Let me know when you're full stop, and I'll just drop one next to you.
Takes a bit to get it down to a full stop from
And I
47
think
kilometers
that
per hour.
F-40 was going to either buzz me or shoot me down, and he broke his wing off trying to turn. Alright, let me know when you're full stop.
Full stop.
That's closest. Alright. Gonna plant one off your nose. Right there.
Okay, I got visual on it. I only see the marker, I don't see the mine. Well, we're not going to find out how long that lasts now, will we?
Nope.
Alright, well that was interesting, and it might require more playing with later.
Right.
And on that
well,
note, I have got to go.
how long are you gonna be?
I got to run to the store, probably be an hour or 2.
Right, well, if I'm still on, then I'll run some on the dev server with you and boot up my stream.
Sounds
as well.
perfect. Alright, thanks very much, Ryzen. Thank you everybody else for joining me today, and we'll talk to y'all later.
See you in a bit.